Arsenal players are back in training that never participated in the World Cup, and obviously we are having an update from Fabrizio Romano concerning Elneny and what his plans are for a side which goes by the names of Arsenal, even though he's not getting enough playing time. The other story we are talking about, when are Arsenal players going to fly to Dubai to go on and participate into the training sessions that are going to be put that side. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? First video of the day, and welcome to the first episode today of the Arsenal News Show, a show that brings you latest news coming in from Arsenal. Those that complain of other teams, I think yesterday we did something concerning Chelsea and very many others. So we are back today with the Arsenal story, obviously compiling loads of news, transfers, and the latest coming in from London Conley, where Arsenal is really conducting their training sessions from. Remember, they are flying to Dubai anytime from now to go on and wait for some Arsenal players that are going to be knocked out of the World Cup, because yesterday we knew that Qatar is out, Ecuador is out. The third team that is out was Wales and Iran. Those two teams are out, and now we are waiting today to see which other teams are really going to be knocked out, because France is going to be playing Tunisia, Denmark is going to be playing Australia, Argentina is going to be playing Poland, and Mexico is going to be playing Saudi Arabia. So we are waiting to see which other teams are going to be knocked out today, but the World Cup is taking place, and obviously you guys are really great, and I really love everything that is all about you here onto the Rokani Media Football. Let's kickstart it off with Fabrizio Romano giving us an update on Elneny and what's the latest of Elneny at Arsenal. Obviously, he's telling us that despite his lack of playing time, and that is what Fabrizio is telling us, there are no plans to sell Mohamed Elneny at the moment from Arsenal. And that means Elneny is up for keeps at Arsenal. It always depends on the opportunities. Arsenal will be busy with many competitions, so it always depends on proposals. So Elneny is one of those candidates that was thought to be leaving Arsenal because Arsenal never wanted to reward him a new contract. But because of the last 7 games he played for Arsenal and played very well, Arsenal rewarded him a 2-year contract. And Mikel Arteta said that he had to go on and do that because the player really proved him right. Sorry, proved him wrong. That was supposed to be playing more games for that Arsenal side. After that, he came out and thanked the board of Arsenal for having given him a new contract. But when the season started, Elneny was fully fit, and when Thomas Partey got an injury, he got a chance. He played that game of Fulham very well, and after that game of Fulham, the next day we heard that he was injured and was going to be out for months. But yet enough, a player expected to return on the 26th of December returned even before December knocked the door, and returned, I think, at the beginning of November, and I think he played some 2-3 games for Arsenal before the World Cup break. Now, Fabrizio is telling us that Arsenal have no plans of selling Elneny. I believe they have no plans of selling Elneny, but it will depend on which player is going to be brought in by Mikel Arteta in the January transfer window. If it happens to go in for Danilo, that means on Elneny and Sambi Lokonga, one of those will have to go on and leave the club, because that means another player would have been added to the squad to make it close to 4-5 central defensive midfielders in Thomas Partey, Elneny, the new one brought in, and Sambi Lokonga. Those are 4. So that means a team can't be having 4 central defensive midfielders. In every position, a team has to be having 2 players to compete for it. So it will depend on that. But when Fabrizio tells you that Arsenal have no plans of selling Elneny, that means maybe Sambi Lokonga is going to be loaned, if at all, the likes of Danilo come in at the club. Reason being, the club cannot trust Thomas Partey and Elneny on injuries. Sambi Lokonga always fit, but I believe he needs more playing time to go on and really approve Mikel Arteta that he's really good. And the pressure at which Arsenal is going to be playing at, they need a player who can come in and raise up to the occasion every time the club needs him. So I believe Elneny has played very many games for Arsenal. He has been in such situations a lot. He has played for Egypt in the finales of the African Cup of Nations. He has battled very many big opponents in the Premier League and is not afraid of any opponent than Sambi Lokonga. So you might find that Elneny will stay. Then Sambi Lokonga will be loaned if at all Arsenal brings in the other player, and that's what is being talked about Elneny. But Elneny is also back in training with the Arsenal team that is training at London Colney, and obviously we've been told by the Arsenal correspondent who goes by the names of Charles Schwartz that the team of Arsenal is really going to be taking off for Dubai. We'll be flying out to Dubai for the warm weather training camp on Sunday and will return on 14th December. So you now know on what date Arsenal is going to go on to Dubai. Obviously, flying to Dubai is not something new. If at all you've been someone following this channel, we told you even way before we went into the World Cup break that Arsenal is going to go out and train in Dubai before the Premier League resumes on the 27th of December for a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. So after that they'll go on and play some good games against AC Milan and the other team. They're going to play 2 friendly games in Dubai, and then on the 17th of December they play Juventus at the Emirates as they prepare for the game they're going to play against West Ham at the Emirates in the Premier League. So Charles Schwartz has confirmed to us that Arsenal will fly out to Dubai for the warm weather training camp on Sunday and will return on the 14th of December. Now, after that being confirmed, allow me to give you a little bit, or let me throw you to what has happened or has happened when the boys of Arsenal returned, especially those that are back full in training for a club which goes by names of Arsenal. This is what is happening at the training ground, that is London Colney, at a club which goes by names of Arsenal. You see him very well. That is Mikel Arteta, and I think behind him is Reiss Nelson. So then we are having Gabriel Magalhaes trying to train at London Colney at Arsenal because he never got a chance to participate or be included into the 26th-man squad of Brazil. Then I think this is Elneny, that 15-year-old player of Arsenal that got his debut against, is it Brentford or Tottenham Hotspur? One of those. Then Sambi Lokonga trying to sprint into action as he trains with his fellow teammates. He was not included into the World Cup squad of a team which goes by the names of Belgium. Then Nketiah is having a laugh with Sambi Lokonga down at London Colney as they trained with the team which they trained with Mikel Arteta as they prepare to fly to Dubai. Gabriel Magalhaes training and doing the needful for his side. All right, this is Rob Holding trying to train with his Arsenal side, and this is Mikel Arteta behind. I see Zinchenko and very many others as Mikel Arteta was conducting training at the London Colney. This is Zinchenko trying to sprint and training to keep himself fit and get ready for the game they're going to play against West Ham in the Premier League. Remember, they have 3 games to play as the friendlies before they return to the Premier League. Now that is Mikel Arteta and the rest of the players are available at London Colney taking part into training. Mikel Arteta looking on at the players as they really went ahead to train. This is Eddie Nketiah trying to do some drills on the ball at London Colney, and obviously when you look at Eddie Nketiah, a little bit talking about Eddie Nketiah, he might find himself in the position to start against West Ham, as Gabriel Jesus would have been a player returning from what we call the World Cup, and because of the fatigue maybe the manager might really pick Nketiah to start in that game of West Ham. Then Gabriel Jesus might come off the bench and do the needful for side which goes by names of Arsenal. So that is it for side which goes by names of Arsenal, and this Gabriel Magalhaes and Cedric Soares trying to do some passing sequences and patterns at London Colney as ordered by the manager. Marquinhos, obviously Zinchenko, and I think this is Elneny, and obviously the other player is Gabriel Magalhaes into that picture, trying to do the needful and really do the drills. This is Elneny, the young, talented Arsenal player, with Marquinhos behind him, trying to come out and really chase for that ball. Rob Holding doing the passing drills at London Conley, and obviously this is Marquinhos trying to dribble the ball and find what the manager is telling him to do. This is it's not Marquinhos. This is Cedric Soares trying to go on and do the needful for a side which goes by names of Arsenal, and that's how these players of Arsenal took part into the training session at London Conley. So they've been taking part in training at London Conley, and I expect them to come out and return. Sorry, I expect them to fly out to Dubai on Sunday. Then the rest of the players that are going to be knocked out from the World Cup will join them in Qatar. And I believe Arsenal is not going to give any resting time to the players at the World Cup, because I know Manchester United is going to give the players at the World Cup how many days? 7 days off. I don't know what Arsenal is going to do, because I believe Japan might be getting out and Tomiyasu might return. Thomas Partey and Ghana, let's wait and see. I think they're going to play, is it tomorrow, against Uruguay. If at all they go through, they just need a win to go through. If they get that win, obviously they go through, and maybe Thomas Partey will play in the round of 16. But the rest of the players like Ben White, Ramsdale and Bukayo Saka are for England. Switzerland, they're having Granit Xhaka for Arsenal, Saliba for France. I see some of the Arsenal players trying to play until the quarterfinals or the semi-finals. So let's wait and see what's going to happen for these Arsenal players. Thank you guys for watching it through. Tell me what you think about Zinchenko and other players returning back to training, and Elneny coming out. Sorry, Fabrizio Romano coming out and retailing us that Elneny is not for sale and it's up for keeps. Thank you guys for watching in. Subscribe to this channel. We've hit 8,000 subscribers, and thank you guys, because it's you that have made us reach this milestone. Thank you very much for watching in. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty Lord protect you, and may Him see over you become winners that He created and make His image proud. I'm out. Rokani David remains my name.